I might have to go on a book buying ban because this is every book I added to my TBR this month. If you're new here, my name's Jess and I read and review thriller books so you can get the ones that are actually worth your time and your money. As you can see, I have got a ridiculous amount of books I added to my shelf this month. Go through them one by one quickly and show you what I've got. I physically can't hold this stack up, guys. It's so heavy. So I've got 18 new books, 1 romance, 1 fantasy, and the rest are thriller books. And I've got 3 hardbacks and 15 paperbacks. So I'm going to quick fire go through them because there are so many here. Now I do want to say I went to 66 books. Okay, that is where about 10 of these have come from. That is still a ridiculous number of books, I know, but you don't go to 66 books every other week, do you? It's like a once in a while treat. So that is why I've got quite a few this month. The rest of them are actually charity shop finds. So I think I must have spent maybe £40 maximum on books, including the 66 books ones. So I'm pretty happy with that. So first up, I've got 3 books from Steve Cabana. I believe these are all part of the same series, so I'm trying to build up the series before I start reading it. So I've got Twisted, I've got 50/50, and I've got The Accomplice. I believe these are all part of the Eddie Flynn series, which is why I'm saving them. I didn't actually realise they were part of a series when I got them. Rookie error, I know, but I have read you can read them out of order, but I feel like if I've already got these, I might as well get the others as well, so. Next book is Blood Tide by Claire McGowan. I have read a few books by her on Kindle, saw this one and had to pick it up. This one was recommended to me and it's basically about someone who loses her memory every time she goes to sleep. I think that's going to be quite an interesting read. I picked up this John Mars one. I've read The Marriage Act, which I think is book 3 in this kind of little trilogy, but I'm hoping it's still going to make sense reading them in the wrong order. And it looks like it's a DNA test to find your perfect partner. Obviously not all the partners are going to be perfect matches despite the DNA saying so. Can't wait for this one. This one was kind of an impulse buy at 66 books. I basically read the blurb and thought this sounds like a bit of me. Basically about a mum who crashes her car and her 2 daughters are inside and she has to make a difficult choice. And it seems like a really good read. This one is about someone called Rachel who answers an advert to become a live-in assistant and she becomes an assistant to an author, but the events in the manuscript start sounding a lot like her life and she gets really freaked out by it. I have read a few books by Sue Watson, mostly on Kindle. This one is about a husband and wife who go on holiday and the husband phones the wife to say that the waitress that served them dinner last night has been found unalived. And the police want to question the husband, but the wife's like, no, surely he didn't do it. And he asks her to lie to the police and it all sounds a little bit dodgy. Next book is Those People Next Door by Kia Abdullah. I absolutely loved Next of Kin by this author and I'm hoping that this one lives up to the really high standard that that first book of hers I read set. This is kind of like a domestic neighbourhood thriller. It's about this new family who move into this Lenham housing estate and they don't get on with the neighbours. They have a load of like anti-racist banners and the 2 families have a bit of a conflict and don't get on. Intrigued to see where this one goes. This one I definitely didn't need, but it had a really cute sprayed edge and it was £1 in the charity shop, so I picked it up. But this one has been on my radar for a while. It's kind of more of a YA thriller, but I think this will be kind of a good, not a palate cleanser, but kind of something less intense than unaliving books. So I can't wait to read this one. This one, again, I randomly found in the charity shop. I think it was like 50p. But I'm pretty sure this one is a standalone book by Karen Slaughter. I didn't really even read the blurb, I kind of saw the author and was like, yep, I'm buying that. If you've got any auto-buy authors like that, let me know in the comments because I'd love to know your auto-buy authors. This one probably isn't an urgent read on my TBR, just because I picked it up for the author, but then that also makes it an urgent read, so I'm not sure how soon I'll read this one, to be honest. So that was the paperbacks collection and I'm now going to go into the hardbacks. So this one is technically still kind of a paperback, but it's the size of a hardback, so I kind of count it as both. This one isn't a thriller book, but I found this at 66 books. There was only, I think there were 6 of them, so I had to get this. Also got Fourth Wing and Iron Flame up there. Have I read them? No. Did I see this and need it to complete the trilogy? Yes. I really like the cover as well, it's really pretty. I've just remembered I've got another Steve Cabana, so that actually makes 4 books of his I've brought this month. This one again is part of a series, so as I said, I'm hoping to collect all the series and then read them all. This one I found hiding at 66 books on a bottom shelf and I've seen the American cover for it, so I wasn't sure if it was the same book. Obviously it was, so I had to pick this one up. From what I remember reading about, it's about 2 people who meet on a plane and then something really weird happens. And this one I actually saw in a magazine cutout, so I had it on my wish list. I went on Vinted just out of boredom, you know, as you do, searched it, and I was like, it's on there. So I had to pick that one up. It's basically, main character Natalie has gone through some traumatic events, and then her husband starts acting out the same events that she had happened before, and she's like, what is going on? So this one sounds a bit twisty, but I can't wait to read it. And then I've just remembered I've actually got 2 more paperbacks. These are the non-thriller ones. So I found The Fine Print by Lauren Asher in the charity shop. I've read this before, but I really enjoyed it and I wanted to reread it because I sold mine on Vinted. I've got Final Offer here. I don't have terms and conditions, so I need to find a copy of that as well. I might just slot that on the shelf now so it's in its rightful home. Perfect. And then this last one, this was a very impulsive buy. I saw it in the charity shop and I was like, yeah, I've not read any of the other series before it, but I had to, okay? I had to. It was £2. And it's not the new cover, it's one of the older ones as well. So I've not read any of Throne of Glass. I've read the first 3 in ACOTAR, so I've got a lot of catching up to do before I can read this one, I think. But it's still a really pretty book. Normally at this point I would hold up all the books so you could see them all together, but I physically can't hold up that many books. I tried and they all fell, and I got very upset. And I don't want to damage my books, so I'll show you them again in 2 piles. So these are the hardback and the slightly larger specialer books that I got, all the paperbacks. So that is my ridiculous August haul. If you've read any of these, let me know which ones I should read first. And don't forget to subscribe for more thriller book hauls, reviews and recommendations. See you next time!